All right, so we're here at Hay Clinic, and I'm here with Holly, who is here for her graduation. Woohoo! 1-year graduation from her scoliosis surgery. So, Holly, if you don't mind, I'm going to just say, how old are you?
28.
All right, so tell us your scoliosis story, and what advice do you have for young women, young men that are trying to make decisions about scoliosis? We can see your curves in the background there. There's the old you a year ago, and then here's the new you. Looking a lot straighter. So tell us your story and what advice do you have for young ladies that are facing this?
Sure. So I was diagnosed in middle school when I was a teenager and did just about everything. I did a full body back brace, did PT, did chiropractic care, did nothing, and was offered surgery, had to consider surgery a couple of times and refused because I was absolutely horrified by the prospect and was just out of the question for a long time. And I don't know what it was, but around a year and a half ago, I finally came to the conclusion and the acceptance that, yeah, I'm ready for surgery. And it was a scary experience, but I'm so glad I went through with it. And so my biggest advice is listening to yourself. You know, I know that there's so many benefits of getting it done earlier while you're young, while you're still growing, but I am so glad that I waited until I was just mentally and physically prepared, because it made the recovery, especially itself, just a lot smoother. For, again, mentally especially. So I'm really happy with that.
That's great. And now you're doing well?
Doing fantastic.
So we talked about a little bit about pregnancy and so on. So what should they, if you have had this surgery, what kind of information should you tell your OB if you choose to have a family?
Yeah, so I'm fused to L2, so I am able to have an epidural should I want one or need one. And so that is a really good thing to know, to advocate for myself that I am still able to have that according to Dr. Hay.
Yes.
If
put it in below L2. Mm-hmm. So any of you who've had a spinal fusion, you can have an epidural unless you've been fused all the way to the pelvis. But just remember what your bottom level is. And even if you're screaming, just say, I'm only fused to L2. You can put it in an L4-5.
There you go.
But are you glad, though, that you did surgery at 28 as opposed to 38 or 48 or 58?
Absolutely.
So what do you think the benefit is doing it during your 20s versus in your 40s or 50s?
I mean, you know, there's pros and cons to whenever you do it, but I am still young. I am still, you know, a little bit more agile than I would be, you know, 20, 30, 40 years down the line. So I think doing it, again, just when you're ready, but the younger the better.
Yeah, but it is an individual choice,
yes,
right?
Absolutely,
and I think that's
100%.
something that I've had some patients make the decision, but you have to weigh those pros and cons. But I'm thankful you did well, and thanks for sharing this. It'll likely help somebody else.
I'm so thankful for you.
All right, take care.